Good morning everybody. Here we are to discuss about chapter number 9 of class 11 computer science, and that is about list. We will learn list, the concept of list in Python. Okay, so let's start. Here is the chapter, that is chapter number 9, and we are following the NCERT study material. Okay, so introduction to list. What is this? The data type list is an ordered sequence which is mutable and made up of one or more elements. Unlike a string which consists of only characters, a list can have elements of different data types such as integer, float, string, tuple, or even another list. Okay. A list is very useful to group together elements of mixed data types. Elements of a list are enclosed in square brackets and separated by comma. This is very important part. How you write down the list. Elements of a list are enclosed in square brackets and are separated by comma. Like string, integers, list indices also start from 0. Okay. So here is that example of list. List 1 is the list of 6 even numbers. You know, even numbers 2, 4, 6, that is divisible by 2. So we are taking a variable list 1 equals to, this is the square bracket, as we have read from that previously, that there is a square bracket and all the elements of the list are written within that square bracket. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12, these are the elements of this list 1, and when we print this one, that print list 1, we will get like this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, and same thing for list 2, we are taking here A, E, I, O, U. And see here how can we write this one, because this is a string element, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, those are integers, and here A, E, I, O, U, all those things are characters. So how we write this? Like this way. Within a single quotes we have to write down the character element. Okay, and print it, print list 2, and we get like this A, E, I, O, U separated by comma. This comma element is common because this is the way of representation of the elements of a list. That is, elements of a list are enclosed in a square bracket and are separated by comma. Whether it may be an integer or floating point number, a character element, all these things, the system is same here. They are separated by comma itself. Okay. And there is another type of list 3, that is 100, 23.5. See, here mixed data type is followed. Mixed data types. What? Because 100 is an integer, 23.5 floating point number, and hello, this is a string. And when we print this one, we get like this 100, 23.5, and then hello. And here when we are getting this hello, it will show you within a single quotes, because this is a string element, or you can say it a collection of characters, right? And next one, that is list 4, is the list of lists called nested list. Nested list means list within a list. See, list 4 equals to physics, comma 101. This is written within a third bracket, right? In a square bracket, physics, comma 101, chemistry, comma 202, and maths, comma 303. All these 3 elements are separated by commas and written within square brackets, right? And all these things are within a single square bracket, that is a list within a list. Actually, there are 3 lists within one list, and that is list 4. When we print this one, print list 4, we will get like this one. this line. We can get it like this. Okay. So accessing elements in a list. So this concept is clear here, that what is a list, what are the data type we can use in a list, and what is the syntax of writing some elements in list, and what is the particular punctuation mark to separate them, the elements within a list, and the most important thing is list within list. Okay, so this is very basic concept of list. And now accessing elements in a list. Now we will learn about accessing elements in a list. See, the elements of a list are accessed in the same way as characters are accessed in a string. List 1 initializes a list, list 1. List 1 equals to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. List 0 return first element of list 1. See here. In this list 1, we have these elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. There are total 6 elements in this list 1, and when we are going to access the first one, means the element 2, we have to write down list 1 0. Just like an array, we have the concept of array as we access any element of an array. Just like that one, we access the first element of the list like this. Actually, this starts from 0, and when we are getting 12, we have to write down list 1 in the box bracket. The index will be 5 here, because there are total number of elements are 6, and when we start from 0, the list element must be 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so return fourth element of this one. Return error as index is out of range. See, here is an exceptional case. If we write down the list 1 15, okay, in the index here we are written here 15, what will be the output? It must give you an error, because there are not so many elements in this list, so the index is out of range. Index error, list index out of range, an expression resulting in an integer index, that is list 1 equals to 1 plus 4, list 1 minus 1 written first element from right. Okay, this point is very important, please mark it. List 1 minus, when we use negative marking in the index section, this means return first element from the right. When we write down here list 1 0, it will return 2. When we write down list 1 minus 1, it will return 12. As well as we can get 12 like this, list 1 in index element 5, means list 1 in square bracket 5 is equals to list 1 in square bracket minus 1 is same thing. We can represent from left hand side and as well as from right hand side. When we represent the elements from right hand side, we have to use the negative marking in the index system. Okay, so this is very important point, please mark it. And length of the list 1 is assigned to n, and we get it like the len function, n equals to len list 1, print n, it will give 6 because there are 6 elements in the given list. Okay, and return the last element of the list, n minus 1 and minus n. So this is the way we can access the elements of a list. Next, we will learn about the mutable property of list. What does it mean? Lists are mutable. That means in Python, lists are mutable. It means that contents of the list can be changed after it has been created. You can change it. You can change it, you can change the elements, the content after creation. List1 of colors. See, here is a list and the variable name of this list is list1 is equals to, there are 4 colors in the list, red, green, blue and orange, and they are separated by comma, and as they are string in property, so you have to write down the name of the colors in a single quotation mark. Now change or override the 4th element of list. Suppose we are going to change the color orange to a different color, that is black. What should I do? We will do list1 3. Now see what is the process, what is the procedure to access the 4th element of this list. We have learned previously that we have to write down list1 3 because it will start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4th element you have to write down here list1 3 or list1 minus 1. Clear? So list1 3 equals to black. Now automatically when we print the list, after overriding black, when we print the list1, we get red, green, blue and black. So we can say that lists are mutable in Python. Clear? Okay. Next, list operators. Now operators, there are so many operations and so many operators used in Python. First one is concatenation. The name implies we have to join 2 or more lists using concatenation operator depicted by the symbol plus. See here, list1 is the list of first 5 odd integers, that is list1 equals to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. List2 is the list of first 5 even integers, list2 equals to 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Elements of list1 followed by list2, that is list1 plus list2. Very simple. We have get it 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Here is a very important point to be noted, that when we concatenate 2 different lists, the elements will not be rearranged in that order, that 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. First you get the list1, means first you get the elements of list1, then when we use the symbol concatenate plus symbol, after that, after all these elements, we will get the elements of the second list. This is very important point. There is no case of and rearranging system in this concatenation property. We just get as the lists are given, and that according to that sequence we will get the particular elements of those lists. Here we get first the list1, elements of list1 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, and then the elements of list2 separated by comma 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, same thing for string elements also. List3 equals to red, green, blue, list4 cyan, magenta, yellow, black, and when we concatenate list3 plus list4, we will get all these colors in a single list. Okay, so note that there is no change in ongoing list. Whatever I have said previously, that there is no change in ongoing list, that is list1, list2, list3, list4 remain the same after concatenation operation. If we want to merge 2 lists, then we should use an assignment statement to assign the merged list to another list. The concatenation operator requires that the operation should be of list type only. If we try to concatenate a list with elements of some other data type, type error occurs. This is very important point. That what does it mean? It means that suppose list1 equals to 1, 2, 3. So what is 1, 2, 3? What are 1, 2, 3? They are integer elements, right? And string 1 equals to ABC in double quotation. That is the different thing. This is a string element ABC. Now if I write down like this, list1 plus string 1, str1, then type error will occur. Type error can only concatenate list, not string to list. Clear what I am saying? Different data type should not be allowed. Type error occurs. Different data type means data type other than list. Okay, list is a different thing. String property is different. When we represent some string element, we have to write down in double quotation. When we write down like this, look here, when we write down like this, in a single quotes, red is written, green written, blue written, they are usually represented as a character, and they are represented as element of a list, list 3, list 4, like this one. Okay, but when in a string we use something different, list and string, they are different data type, we cannot concatenate like this, because some type error that is occurred when we do some type of operation. So be careful when you write down like these things. Okay. Okay. Then the next topic is repetition. Now what is repetition? The name implies that something we have to repeat, right? So Python allows us to replicate a list using repetition operator depicted as symbol asterisk. Okay, using this symbol, this very common symbol, we can replicate a list using repetition operator. Okay, now list 1 equals to hello. Elements of list 1 repeated 4 times. I have to repeat this hello 4 times. What should I do? I just write down this line, list 1 asterisk 4. It will give the required result, that is hello, 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 hello 4 times. If you want more than that, whatever may be the required number, you can use here instead of 4. Okay, very simple and easy. Next one, membership. What is membership? Like strings, the membership operators in checks if the element is present in the list and returns true, else returns false. That is membership. The name implies that some element, whether some element are occurred in a list or not, if it is present in that particular list, it will return true value, otherwise it will return false. Clear? List 1, red, green, blue. Green in list 1, check, yes, so it will return true, and this color in list 1, no, so it will return false. The not in operator returns true if the element is not present in the list, else it returns false. Same thing, see here, same thing, operators in operator. In operator check whether it is there or not, and just opposite operator is not in operator, that is also used here. Not in operator returns true when if the element is not present in the list, else it returns false. Very simple. Okay, so this is completed membership. Next we learn slicing property. What is slicing? What is slicing? See, like strings, those who are new to this channel, please go through the previous chapters which are also discussed in the previous videos. You can please check there. I have discussed all those things, and this line that like strings means the previous chapter we have discussed about strings and different properties were discussed there. So just like those strings, the slicing operation can also be applied to list. Slicing. List 1, red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. There are so many colors. Now list 1, 2:6, blue, cyan, magenta and yellow. Slicing. And list 1 is truncated to the end of the list. Okay. End of the list 2, 6. So end of the list truncated, and we get this one, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow. Okay, list 1 is truncated to the end of the list. List 1, 2, list 20. Second index is out of range, this thing and this one. First index greater than second index. List 1, 7:2 result in an empty list, and return sublist from index 0 to 4. list 5, first index missing, that is red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, and slicing with a given step size, that is list 1, 0, 6, 2, red, blue and magenta. Negative indices, this is sliced at the -6, -5, -4, -3 are sliced. List 1, -6, -2, that is green, blue, cyan, magenta. Both first and last index missing. In this case, step size 2 on entire list, red, blue, magenta and black. Okay, see here, red, blue, magenta and black, only 2 by 2. A negative step size, whole list in the reverse order, list 1, this is the very important point, step size. Okay, reverse order. When we wish to reverse the list, we can write down like this, list 1, the symbol is there, double colon, -1, that is it will give the list in a reverse order. Okay, now traversing a list. Traversing a list means we can access each element of the list or traverse a list using a for loop or a while loop. List traversal, list 1, there is a list 1, red, green, blue, yellow and black. There are 5 colors. Now see, for item in list 1, print item, we are printing these colors. Item means the element of this list, that is red, green, blue, yellow and black. And here is the output, red, green, blue, yellow, black. Another way of accessing the elements of the list is using range and len functions. For I in range len list 1, print list 1 I, that is range and len. In range len list 1, print list 1 I, that is red, green, blue. That thing is called the traversal, list traversal using for loop. Using for loop for item, this is the way to write down, this is the actual syntax for using for loop. Okay, and another way, list traversal using while loop, that is list 1, same list is taken here, I equals to 0, while I less than this thing, len list I1, print this thing. It will print the same output as the previous one. We will get all the colors in this order, but the syntax is different for loop and while loop. These are the different technique of traversal. Either you can traverse the list using while loop or you can use for loop. Okay, now list methods and built-in functions. List methods and built-in functions. The data type list has several built-in methods that are useful in programming. Some of them are listed in table 9.1. Table 9.1 built-in functions for list manipulations, that is len, list. Okay, listen students, you have to go through all these built-in functions from this chart. Okay, if there is any problem, ask me, I will give you the doubt clearance class. There is nothing to express so elaborately because the chart is very well done, and the built-in functions for list manipulations are given with example also. So I think there is nothing to discuss about this so much. You will go through the entire chart according to the numbering method name, their description and example. If there is any problem, let me know. Okay, so this is your home task. You should be practice this thing. Then nested list. Okay, this thing we have done previously in a very short way, that when a list appears as an element of another list, this is called a nested list. And very simple word, list within a list is known as nested list. Clear? A list within a list. See here, this is a list within a square bracket and this square bracket is within another square bracket. So list 1 equals to this thing, and fifth element of list is also a list. So this is called a nested list. To access the element of the nested list of list 1, we have to specify two indices, list 1 I j. The first index, okay, this is very important point. When we have to access the element of the nested list, here the marking section, that is 6, 7, 8, this is a list within a list. Okay, so how can we access the elements like 6, 7 and 8? We have to use two indices here, that is list I and j. The first index I will take us to the desired nested list. I will take to that position because in list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th position is there, and when we have to access the 5th element of the given list, we have to write here I as what? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5th element. So when we have to access the 5th element, we have to write down the index like 0 when we are getting it from the left hand side. So I will be 4 here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and j, if I want to access 6, I have to put the value j equals to 0. If I have to access 7, this value will be 1. If I have to access 8, this value will be 2. Clear? Because this is a list also, and when we are going through that particular list, we have to access each and every element. So the index will start. Index means the j, the value of j will start from 0 and it will continue up to n minus 1. N minus 1, that is when n is the number of elements here. Here 3, so 0, 1, 2 are the elements, and these are the value of j, and for this particular given list, I will be 4. Okay, see what is given here. The first index I will take us to the desired nested list, and second index j will take us to the desired element in that nested list. What I have told you, this is written here. Okay, if there is any problem, please feel free to ask me for your doubt clearance. And here, copying list. So we are here to learn about Python language, and here this is the characteristic to copy a list also. Okay, given a list, the simplest way to make a copy of the list is to assign it to another list. Very simple. List 1, here is the list 1, 1, 2, 3, and when we copy this particular list, we have to assign this to a different list. List 2 equals to list 1. Now list 1 equals to 1, 2, 3. List 2 equals to 1, 2, 3. Clear? The statement list 2 equals to list 1 does not create a new list. Rather, this statement is important, that the statement list 2 equals to list 1 does not create a new list. Rather, it just makes list 1 and list 2 refer to the same list object. Same object, it is just referring. Here, list 2 actually becomes an alias of list 1. This is very vital point. This is working as an alias. Therefore, any changes made to either of them will be reflected in the other list. If I change in list 1, it will affect list 2, as well as if we change in list 2, it will affect list 1. Clear? Okay. We can also create a copy or clone of the list as a distinct object by 3 methods. The first method uses slicing, the second method uses built-in function, and the third method uses copy function of Python library copy. Okay, so these are the various technique we have learned. First method, method 1. We can slice our original list and store it into a new one. New list equals to old list, this thing. Now see, list 1 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. List 1, this thing. List 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Method 2, built-in function. New list, list, old list. Okay. So these are the techniques. And method 3, you can copy it. I think the copy, when you use copy function, this is the most easiest way. Use copy function of library copy. New list equals to copy.copy old list, and we will get the required one. Clear? Okay. Next point we have to learn, list as argument to a function. List as argument to a function. Whenever a list is passed as an argument to a function, we have to consider two scenarios. Elements of the original list may be changed, that is, changes made to the list in the function are reflected back in the calling function. Clear? For example, in the following program list, list 1 of numbers is passed as an argument to function increment. This function increases every element of the list by 5. So, program to increment the elements of a list. The list is passed as an argument to the function. See here, what is the program telling us? That function to increment this one. First of all, df increment list 2. For I in range 0 len list 2, 5 is added to individual elements in the list, that is list 2 I 1 plus equals to 5. 5 is added. Print reference of list inside function, that is list 2. End of function, list 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, create a list. These are the comment line. When we are writing like this, now these are the comment lines, and this line help you to understand what the particular line means. Okay, list 1 equals to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This means we are creating a list, and the elements of this list 1 are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, print reference of list in main id list 1. Print the list before the function call 1. Print list 1. Increment list 1. List is passed as parameter to function. Increment, this is the function, and we are passing list 1 as the parameter. See, increment is the function name and list 1 is the list we are passing as an argument. Print the list after the function call. Print list 1. Now what happened? Reference of list in main, this thing, the list before the function call, this one. Reference of the list inside function 1, the id remains same. Id will not change. The list after the function call 15. 5 increased in each and every element. So 10 will become 15, 20 will become 25, same thing 35, 45 and 55. Observe that when we pass a list as an argument, we actually pass a reference to the list. Hence, any change made to list 2 inside the function is reflected in the actual list 1. This is very vital point. Please note it down. If the list is assigned a new value inside the function, then a new list object is created and it becomes the local copy of the function. Any changes made inside the local copy of the function are not reflected back to the calling function. Clear? Okay. Here is another different program to increment the elements of the list passed as parameters. Please go through and what I have told you, that these are the comment line. You will go through these lines, the programming section along with the comment section, and try to understand. Self-study is very important part of learning. First you go through. If there is any problem, let me know and I will discuss elaborately. Okay, I have to complete this chapter. The main focus of this chapter is to go through the theory portion, and after this theory part is completed, I will go to explain each and every program in Python. Okay, so next topic, list manipulation. In this chapter, we have learned to create a list and the different ways to manipulate list. In the following program, we will apply the various list manipulation technique. List manipulation technique, that means, what do you mean by manipulation? Manipulation means append an element, insert an element, append a list to the given list, modify an existing element, delete an existing element from its position, delete an existing element with a given value, sort the list in ascending order as well as in descending order, display the list. These are the points to be noted, that these are the things we have to manipulate in a program, menu driven program, to do various list operations. Please look at the program. My list, this is the name of the list, and here is the list, this thing, 22, 4, 16, 38 and 13. How many elements are here? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, my list already has 5 elements. Choice equals to 0. While true, print the list my list has the following elements my list. Print list operations. First one, these operations are print like this one, append an element, insert an element. Please go through, and up to 10, that is exit. And choice, int, input enter choice. Choice for choice, there is 0. because we have to initialize any variable in any programming language, and that's why choice is the variable name and 0 is the initialization number. We have initialized as 0, that is an integer. And first choice 1, append element. How to append element? See here the first point. This is the comment line, okay? If choice equals to what? Element equals to int input, enter the element to be appended, mylist dot append element. This is the main point. This is written like this, and the main thing is mylist dot append element and print the element has been appended. Clear? Insert an element at desired position. Else if choice equals to 2, then this thing is happened. Mylist insert POS element position, it will show the position, okay? Append a list to the given list. This is the third choice. Else if 3, choice equals to 3, new list, mylist dot extend new list. This is the third one. Modify an existing element. Else if choice 4, input this thing and enter the position of this thing. If I less than this one, we have to get this entire line. Mylist old element equals to mylist I equals to new element, print the element, this thing. Delete an existing element by position. By position we have to delete something. Then else if choice equals to 5, I equals to int input, enter the position of the element to be deleted. If I less than my element my pop. This is the main line. Mylist.pop I means the position of that particular element, 0, 1 index, okay? And print the element of this thing deleted and print in position. And next choice, that is choice number 6, that is remove. We have to remove something. Mylist remove element and this thing, okay? And list in sorted order. If choice 7, mylist short, okay? List in reverse sorted order. This is choice number 8, mylist dot short, reverse equals to true, this thing, and display the list. Else if choice number 9, list mylist, okay? And last one, choice 10, break, else choice is not valid, choice input. And these are the output here. You have to go through very minutely each and every line. You have to go through. I have just told you the main point in this particular program. This is a big program but easy one. All these are operations we have done in this particular program, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 10. What we have done, we have first taken a list and there are some elements, 5 elements are here, and a choice number first is initialized as 0. After that we have to give 10 choices, and if else if like this, if 1, if choice equals to 1, then something, else if 2, else if 3, just like we have to go through and use the particular line, programming line, to get that value for 10 choices, okay? And output is also given here completely. Please go through, okay? And now enter your choice, this thing and this one. A program to calculate average marks of a student using function. This is your home text. All the programs which are already done here, you please go through. If there is any problem, let me know. I will discuss and I will do the board work for a complete discussion if you have any problem, because this is done very clearly and each and every line is explained here like this, right? So I don't think you need any help for this program, but anyhow, if you are looking for any help, please let me know. The chapter is completed here. So we have completed list in Python. Chapter number 9, class 11. This is completed. you please go through the entire chapter. This is very important part and important part for Python. After completion of this NCERT study material, the theory portion, I will discuss the programming part, the entire programming for Python, and then board working will come there, and your job is to just to go through the given programs, because these programs are given in a very sophisticated way, and each and every line are explained properly, and you must go through this chart. This given chart is important. Without this chart you can't go through, because you see now, pop, these are the methods used for append, extend, insert, count, index, remove, pop, and all these things. So first you go through this chart, and then we will go through the given programs. Okay, so for today's lesson, this is completed. Next day we will discuss the next chapter. Just one thing, list. Okay, chapter number 9 is completed, so you please go through all those chapters, and thank you for being in the class, and what type of class you are expecting, and please let me know what will be helpful for you after completion of this NCERT study material. Theory part discussion, we will go to the programming section. For today's class, this is completed. Next day we will learn about the next chapter. Thank you.